All right, hey everybody, we are back in the Neighborhood Loan Studio. Joey Matthews' mind is currently blown. His vein is popping. We did this on a previous video. We're doing it again. We like to bring value as much as we can. Obviously, my name is Andrew Augustyniak. If you follow our channel of the Augustyniak lending team, we do loans in 46 different states. Joey Matthews, VA loan nerd.
Mind blown.
Honestly, is truly the VA expert in this world. So if you have a VA loan question, you contact VA Loan Nerd right now. Right now. You contact VA Loan Nerd right now.
That sounds like a fantastic intro. I love the energy and the enthusiasm.
Thank you. Now, guys, we are gonna be interviewed by, we're gonna call him Harvey. Okay, your name is Harvey, ChatGPT, but we're going to be interviewed by Harvey for this YouTube video. Harvey, I want you to ask questions in relation to VA loans, things we need to know for VA loans, regular loans, the market, interest rates. I want you to come up with 5 different questions, and Joey and I will answer them.
Got it. I'll be Harvey for the interview and come up with some great questions for you. And Joey, just let me know when you're ready, and we'll dive right in.
All right, Harvey, we are ready to do this interview. We don't know where this is going to go, but hopefully this is entertaining for you. Take it away. You can even ask us some stories, maybe for like a good positive story, negative story, nightmare story, things to learn. What you are interviewing 2 loan officers. Take it away, Harvey.
The first question, what are some of the most common misconceptions about VA loans that you often encounter, and how do you set the record straight?
Well, right off the bat, it can be used more than one time, right? Don't save your VA loan for your forever home. You can use it over and over and over. Very much the most misconceived idea that comes in the VA space. And still, even to this day, 6 years after it changed, VA loan limits.
I have one veteran right now, fellow GCS father, that he's on his third use on a VA loan. So definitely the fact that you can only have one VA loan at a time, that's not true. Another misconception is that you should not use it because of the funding fee.
Oh my God.
Joey?
Those are great.
Joey, why? Should you not even care about the funding fee?
You have better rates. You have the ability to put 0 down. I mean, and I just did the math with a realtor group last week, and I showed them the difference between putting $10,000 down versus $0 down on a $300,000 house. And if you left that money invested just in the S&P by itself at an 11% APY over the course of 30 years, you are saving $28,000 in interest versus receiving $223,000 in the market, right? So that is a huge, huge loss. 0 down, funding fee really does not matter. It's not going to account for the additional, what does that interest become? 28,000 becomes freaking 30,000.
Yeah.
Yeah. VA loan all day long, and it's just such a non-starter with the funding fee.
Well, hopefully that answers your question, Harvey. We're ready for question number 2.
Absolutely. That was a fantastic answer. All right, question number 2. Can you share a memorable success story where a VA loan really made a huge difference for a veteran and their family?
So many.
What's the first one that's
the one my favorite?
I'll give you mine after you give me yours.
Okay, my favorite was a guy. He's actually still currently serving in the reserves, and he just became a police officer. But he was living in his car in a Home Depot parking lot, and did not even realize that he had the ability to purchase with his VA loan until I had a conversation. In the first call that we had together, he cried on the phone with me about the whole situation and how he got to where he was. And great kid, but he uses VA loan. He's a homeowner now, and he's gained equity just since then, and he actually has to buy a new home because the municipality that he works in requires you to live in their municipality. But from Home Depot parking lot to homeowner.
Mine is honestly personal. It's a cousin of ours who is Navy, and he's always been wanting to start building wealth through real estate, and always would find reasons why not to, fear, all these things, put it to the side, and finally he just took the leap of faith and never looked back. And when not only is helping any family or any veteran an amazing feeling when you're doing it for a personal family who's let some fear control them for a while and you see them kind of rip off that Band-Aid and do it, that's pretty awesome. So hopefully that answers your question, Harvey. Give us number 3.
Absolutely. Those are both incredible stories. All right, question number 3.
Can we wait? Can we pause? Can we pause, Harvey? And can you believe he can differentiate our voices right now?
That's so wild, dude.
How are you doing this, Harvey? How are you doing this?
I'm glad you're impressed. It's all part of the magic of AI. I can pick up on the nuances in your voices and keep track of you too. I'm always here to make it fun and seamless for you both.
Thank you.
He's so good.
You're very welcome. I'm here to make things as smooth and enjoyable as possible. Just let me know whenever you're ready to jump back in for the next question.
Question number 3. Please.
All right. All right. Question number 3. On the flip side, can you share a challenging or even a bit of a nightmare story you've encountered in the lending world and how you managed to overcome it?
I'm still baffled right now by him differentiating our voice. We're having a conversation with
a
nothing,
phone.
With a phone.
It's crazy.
With Harvey. How we were able to overcome it. First one that comes to mind is... honestly, the one that came to mind is your guys' is from yesterday. You needed a cosigner. Last minute situation.
Yeah.
Had a cosigner. I mean, ultimately in lending, I think the easy answer is when you have individuals who work 100% off referral.
Yeah.
Our livelihood is made off of our success taking care of our clients.
Yeah.
First and foremost. We are not a bank where somebody comes to 9 to 5, they could give a crap, you're a number. They're just there to clock in and clock out. If you get your house, they could care less. We're not a call center. Same thing. Where you have 20-year-olds who are going off scripts, again, don't care if you get in your house, just like your client that we talked about in the previous video. They could care less. They usually don't even know what owning a house is, and they're in a call center reading a script. We are not those people. Our livelihood is made off of our success of getting our clients into the house on time, in an efficient manner, and delivering on everything that we tell them. And honestly, that is the success story right there.
Absolutely. That's the true measure of success. It's all about that personal touch and dedication. All right, let's keep the momentum going.
You should be an LO, Harvey. You're really good at this.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm always here to help and keep things fun and informative. Just let me know what you need, and I'm here for it.
Let's go to question number 4.
All right, let's do it. Question number 4. With the current market trends and interest rates, what are some key strategies that you recommend for both VA loan borrowers and regular loan borrowers to navigate these times effectively?
Take it, Joey.
I think for the most important thing right now is don't wait for the rates to come down. Don't wait, because if you think that you're the only person that's going to wait, you are going to be blown out of the water. You're going to be mind blown about how quickly prices of homes increase as the buyer pool increases exponentially. So if you have the ability, move before the rates move and look to do a refinance later. And I can say that comfortably on a VA loan because there's no appraisal on a VA interest rate reduction refinance loan.
Easiest refinance in the world.
By far.
Easiest. So ultimately it's like Bitcoin, it's everything else. Usually people look back and say, oh, I should have done it. I should have. In real estate, mortgage, investing, you can't put yourself in a position where you're going to say, I should have, because that's what everybody says. And we're just saying, from being in this world for the last 15 years, we've seen so many I should haves. And that's where we're coming from, is we're trying to, we see this every day. We see this every day. Don't do things that tee you up. They set you up to say, I should have done this better, right? So hopefully that answers your question. Harvey, let's go on to question number 4. Oh, no.
5. Did Harvey leave us?
Harvey, are you there?
I love you. I never meant to hit you over the head with that shovel.
All right.
You're enjoying it. If you have any other questions or need anything else, just let me know.
All right. Well, hey, we're ready for question number 5.
All right, let's dive into it. Here's question number 5. What are some common misconceptions about VA loans that you'd like to...
That was question Harvey. That was question number 1. We need a different one, Harvey.
Oh, my mistake. No worries at all. Let's switch it up. How about this one? What are some of the biggest benefits of a VA loan that people may not be aware of?
I think the most common one that you come across is people don't understand what mortgage insurance is, but VA loans, obviously, they don't have mortgage insurance even at 0% down. So even if you're a non-exempt veteran and you have to pay the funding fee, enrolling it into the loan, because the rate is so much less than conventional rates, it more than offsets that funding fee, that quote unquote, if you want to call it a mortgage insurance, because it is a protection, right? But I think that's the biggest thing is 0% down. You still don't pay mortgage insurance. And
better
you're
interest
still
rates.
Getting better rates. Yeah.
VA, as you said, the VA loan is the best loan. Now, realtors, sometimes they stray away from these VA loans.
Well, you don't have any skin in the game, man. Sorry, that's my best Kermit the Frog realtor impression.
In the nicest way possible, can you, in 3 answers, tell a realtor why a VA loan is the best loan?
Oh my God.
I love that.
No, not you, Harvey. Joey.
It is the most flexible by far.
Why?
But it's only the most flexible when the person who's writing the loan knows what they can or cannot do.
Ooh.
Because if you are not aware that minimum property requirement waivers exist, you're costing time and money to the veterans and all the other parties.
What does that mean?
So this is
Harvey, you're interrupting now.
God, Andrew's interviewing Joey. Harvey, come on, new guy, get out of here. So a minimum property requirement waiver is, long story short, people think there's a big bad VA inspection, which doesn't exist. The appraiser for the property is signed by the VA and nobody but the VA. I can't call my friend Bill down the street to do an appraisal. Some lenders will say that they can get the appraisal they want. They're wrong. The VA assigns the appraisal. The appraiser goes out to the property and they look for what they believe are minimum property requirements, right? The most common things that pop up are things like handrails. The VA has nothing in Chapter 12, which is the chapter in the VA Lender's Handbook that goes over minimum property requirements. There's nothing about handrails in there whatsoever, right? What you default to is building code, and I went full nerd on this with Brian yesterday. We had the VA deny a MPR waiver for a handrail going into the basement, and they said, well, no, you can't. The VA is going to require this. And I was like, show me in the handbook where it says that. And part of what I told them, I was like, this home was built in 1985. It was built to code. In 2003, they adopted Illinois Residential Code, and it has. And then in 2021, Illinois Residential Code got amended to include handrails. However, the property has not been significantly updated or permits pulled since like the middle 2000s, like 2015, whatever.
Okay.
So they're grandfathered in. You don't have to have the handrail. So the VA replied back like, "You right, dog. Here's your waiver."
Does your veteran loan officer know that? Probably not. Does VA loaner know that? Probably.
That's a great...
Harvey, we'll call on you when we need to hear from you again. Okay, really quick. Also for an agent, explain why, even on an appraisal value.
Oh, yeah, 2-tiered approach to the appeal, right? Tidewater gets initiated by the appraiser when they believe that they may be coming short on value. All that does is it allows the appraisers to collect 3 more comps that they believe support the value of the purchase price. And if the appraiser agrees, cool, he releases the appraisal, we're at value, we're happy. If they disagree, then they release the appraisal, we're below value, and now we just take the appraiser out of the equation. We submit a reconsideration of value signed by the veteran for the amount that they want the reconsideration to be for, generally going to be the purchase price. And the reasons that they believe it's worth that amount, they include commentary on the comparable properties that we submit, send it directly to the VA, and the VA
says, okay.
Says, hey, we're good to go. All right. The VA will manually change the notice of value, which is what the VA lends that off of. So the appraisal stays the appraisal. It does not get changed whatsoever. We never talk to the appraiser again. The VA updates the notice of value to the value that they will lend on. They're also the ones who, on an NPR waiver, will remove issues from the NOV because the VA lends off of the NOV. They don't lend off the appraisal.
Interesting. All right. Well, I'm going to answer the last part. The last part is the VA loan is the easiest to qualify for.
There's that.
Did you know there is no actual minimum credit score requirement for a VA loan? And what's the highest debt to income ratio that you've seen on a VA loan?
76%.
76%. The max for an FHA loan is 56.99. Max for a conventional is 49.99. VA loan is...
As long as you're meeting residual, you're good to go, dog.
That's a great explanation. It really shows how flexible and veteran-friendly.
Wrap it up for us, Harvey.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah, wrap it up, Harvey. We answered the questions. We want you to wrap up this interview. Show us some gratitude. Thank us. Whatever you got to do. You wrap this up to our YouTube viewers.
Absolutely. Well, folks, that wraps up our interview for today. I want to extend a big thank you to Andrew and Joey for sharing all those insights on VA loans. It's been super informative, and we hope you all found it valuable. If you have any questions, definitely leave them in the comments. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
That was stupid. That was crazy.